Hi, my name is Bob Gersh with East Coast Capital, and today I'd like to discuss with you, just for a few minutes, the process for a pre-approval for a mortgage. When you're going to look to buy a home, one of the first things you should do is figure out how much of a home you can afford. And there's two pieces of that. One is how much down payment, therefore how much of a mortgage you're going to look for. And the second is how much you can afford in monthly mortgage payments. So let's break those down into two pieces. One is your down payment. And so your purchase price plus your down payment is your mortgage balance. So we want to look at that down payment, and we want to look at what they call sources. Sources will be all the ways you're going to use to come up with funds to be able to put down at the closing table. What we look at is your bank accounts. We look at the last 2 months' monthly statements. We look at all the income and look what they call the sources of that income. Be it that it is money that you've accumulated for a period of time, or money which you're putting into the account within the last couple of months, in which case we need to source that, i.e. look where the original documentation, where the money came from. Be it it's from investment accounts, your just savings account, be it that it's from IRAs or other retirement accounts, whatever sources there are that we'd be putting into the account to bring to the closing table. We also, looking at those same accounts, we'll look at money that's coming in on a regular basis, which we count as monthly income, and that could be from your job, from pay stubs, from your business, from retirement accounts, from an IRA, from 401k, or other sources. So we look at all sources of income that we're going to count and look at where the money's been the last couple of months. So it may be that we're moving money from one account to another, so we got to account for all of that. So we go back to that down payment, and we look at the sources and documentations which back up that information. If it's investment accounts, we want the last quarter's worth of accounts. It could be that retirement account or just a regular investment account or other sources. Then when we're looking at the, now we have the down payment, we're going to put down how much of a mortgage. We look at the monthly mortgage payment, principal and interest. We take that principal and interest and we add what they call housing costs. So that's your estimate of real estate taxes. And if you're just looking for a property, we do a guesstimate and then refine that once we find the actual property. The square footage, so we can figure out utilities, homeowners insurance, etc. So we have all of the potential housing costs, compare that to your income, and come up with a housing cost ratio. We also will look at adding to those monthly costs. Additional costs could be automobile loans, leases, credit cards, other installment debt, etc. So we can look at the total debt compared to your income and come up with that ratio. So we then are able to have our underwriters be able to determine what the maximum ratios, front and back, front meaning just housing costs, which includes the principal and interest, real estate taxes, homeowners insurance, HOA fees, etc. So we try to look at all those housing related costs to your income, and then look at the total income compared to total expenses and look at that ratio. And so depending on which program you're looking at, we're working with what is the maximum allowed ratio and the ratio also of what are you comfortable in paying. So we have discussions, not just a one-way street. So the first thing that you'd want to do is look at that URL, the website that was posted with this video, which was seniormortgages.now.site. And on that website, it'll have our contact information, phone number, email address, Facebook page, phone number, etc. And get in touch with us if you'd like to do a pre-approval and arrange for a time which is most convenient to either talk on the phone and or a Zoom session like this. And then we can figure out your story, like the stories in the books behind me, to figure out exactly what you qualify for. And with that information, we can be able to figure out the first step in the story of buying that new house. Then when you're talking to realtors, we can be able to gather some more information to home in on things like real estate taxes and the homeowners insurance and the square footage for utility calculation estimates, etc. But it starts off in a process where we can give you a pre-approval, so then you know what you can purchase and what you can close with, know the source of the funds you're going to utilize, as well as know that you can afford the payments and they're comfortable from your end. So that's what we do, and I'd love to work with you and work with your realtors and others to be able to get you into that new home that you're looking for and start your story like the stories behind us. And also, what good book have you read recently? Let me know. Let's have a discussion, and let's just compare notes on interesting books this time when we have time to be able to sit and read, and stuck inside a little more than we'd like to be. And so let's exchange information on our book club offerings. So that's the story for today. My name is Bob Kirsch with East Coast Capital, and from you to me to my library to your library, have a great day. Hope you're well, stay safe, and have a good rest of the day and enjoy.